Alright, we'll be checking out a remix song today. So in today's video, we'll be listening to Lemonade by Internet Money featuring Don Toliver and Roddy Ricch. Now, of course, as I said before, this is a remix of the song, which is obviously called Lemonade. The original song, I'm pretty sure it had Don Toliver, Gunna, and Nav. I think there was only 3 artists on the original song, which I've of course listened to, but I haven't made a video on it. That was a huge song. I think it was like, what, 2 years ago or something like that? Almost 3 years ago or something like that now. But yeah, that was a huge song that popped off for Internet Money. And it was a really good song in general as well. I really did enjoy that song when I listened to it. But this one is, of course, a bit different as it has Roddy Ricch in it. Don Toliver might have an extra verse in there or something like that. Let's just see what they're going to be doing on this one. But before we get into the video, if you can hit that like and subscribe button to keep up to date with all the videos, that'd be awesome. Without further ado, let's just get right into this remix.
Zany boss, suicide door, brand new bag. College girls, give a nigga head in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, the bitch they hate, and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, clothing got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Why? Why you wanna waste my time? I can tell you really hate your life. Bitch, your watch the same as mine. I can't relate. Designer frames, I'm not a day. I'm never late. The money calling, it needs space.
Alright, that was, I don't know why, that felt really off. How Don Toliver just had that little part there. I don't know why, it just felt off for some reason. Like, it didn't match with the song in a sense. Like, it was like, I don't know how they say, he was just like saying a word, pausing, and then saying another word, and then gives a little bit of a pause again, and then saying another word. It's not too bad, I guess you can say. I think it will grow on some, I mean, it probably has grown on some people. But for me, I just didn't feel that a lot. I don't know why. It just felt really off. Don Toliver's voice is amazing, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the first part that he has, but that part right there, I just didn't like it that much. Just something with it, the way he said it, the way that they just put it on the song in general. For me, it didn't fit for some reason. But let's just see how Roddy Ricch is going to do. I don't know if Don Toliver has another verse. I'm just going to assume that he doesn't. But let's just see how Roddy Ricch is going to do.
Any boss, suicide door, brand new bag. College girls, give a nigga head in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, the bitch they hate, and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, clothing got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Yeah, this codeine got me tripping. Wish it was over, I've been rolling for a minute. I got the bra, she want the menage aside to play. 68 Charger, ducking the laws, I might do the raid. I like to ride in my new bag, and I got a new bitch in my lap, counting up the blue strips with 2 straps. Yeah, yeah. Slide in the Lambo, I slide in the Porsches. Check my garage, I got too many choices. Walk around, got a couple meals stuffed in my bag.
Alright, Roddy Ricch is not doing that bad either right now. Another question that I just popped up in my mind is when a song blows up, you know, the original song, it blows up, do you really want to capitalize on it and make a remix of that song, which is most likely not going to outperform the original song? You know, if the song gets, like, example, like 2 billion plays or whatever like that, most likely the remix is not going to get more than 2 billion plays. You know, it might maybe get 500 million, maybe even 1 billion if it actually does that good. But usually it's not as good as the original. Right now for me, I would say I'm in that same boat where I just don't like this remix as much as the original. I mean, the original one, again, it's been a while since I've even heard that song before. But it's like fresh in my mind still, I guess you can say. You know, the original Gunna's part, the original Nav's part, even just Don Toliver not having a verse on the song in a sense is kind of still in my mind. And I don't know, it just feels weird when I listen to a remix sometimes. And just the performance on this song alone. Again, I don't hate any of these guys, bro. Don Toliver has a sick-ass voice. Roddy Ricch has a sick-ass voice. They both are amazing artists, but I'm just not feeling this remix. I don't know, something about it, the way that they're saying the lyrics, I'm just not messing with it as much. Because, I don't know, the way that Nav and Gunna said their parts on that song, I don't know, it had something to it. Like, it was some type of catchiness to it. The way they were saying it, they didn't have any pauses necessarily. It was kind of just flowing so nicely. On this, they're taking a lot of pauses. You know, they're saying a few words and then giving it like a little bit of a pause, and then they start saying another word or something like that, you know? Which is kind of just like, okay, I don't know, maybe they just threw this remix out there because they knew that it would do alright, you know, it wouldn't do maybe as big as the original, but it would still do alright because you have still Don Toliver and then you added Roddy Ricch in it, right? Which are both big artists. So they're like, you know what, let's just chuck a remix of the song and then maybe milk out some more views or milk out some more streams in a sense. Now, am I saying it's a bad song? Not really. I'm not saying it's a bad song. The beat is awesome. Don Toliver does really good on this song. But the way that they have their other verses is not something I really mess with. But it's something that I would still listen to in a sense. It's not something that I would say, oh, this is trash. You know, it's just there in a sense. But I don't really feel it that much that I would go out my way to keep listening to that song over and over again. The original for me is by far just so good. Like, I just absolutely love the original song. But this is still really nice though. I'm not really hating on it in a sense. But yeah, let's just keep going though.
Stripper hoes all on my road, shaking their ass. We just ran the tab up at Nobu. You say that you never got high, I'ma show you.
Zany boss, suicide door, brand new bag. College girls, give a nigga head in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, the bitches they hate, and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, clothing got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping.
Alright, that was Lemonade remix by Internet Money featuring Don Toliver and Roddy Ricch. Now, I have to say, that song was honestly really just interesting. Now, I'm not gonna say that I entirely enjoyed that song. It was still a good song, don't get me wrong. Again, I'm not gonna be, I don't know how to explain this, but like, it wasn't for me in a sense. I mean, again, I really like Roddy Ricch's voice, I really like Don Toliver's voice, but the way that they were saying the lyrics on that song, it just felt off a bit. I don't know what it was, it just felt off. Some of the lyrics didn't fit for me, and then some of the times the way that they said the lyrics wasn't flowing well on that song, you know. It just felt like it was kind of just thrown all together quickly and then just tossed out there because they want to, again, milk out some views, and because they knew that some people would really enjoy this song still, because again, it has Don Toliver, it has Roddy Ricch, and some people really just love these artists that they wouldn't mind the way that they're performing on that song much. But for me, I'm not as big as a fan, I guess you can say, of Roddy Ricch or Don Toliver to say, yeah, that was an amazing song. I'm kind of more of so of just like, it was okay, you know, like if somebody plays that song, I wouldn't mind it, you know. I wouldn't say, oh my god, that's trash, why the hell are you playing that or something like that. It's not bad, it's just not entirely for me is what I'm trying to say. The original song for me is by far hands down. I absolutely love that song. It was so catchy that I remember that I kept listening to it over and over again. It was just that good for me. This one is just not the same feeling. Again, that's why I say maybe remixes aren't always the best thing to do in a sense, because sometimes it could take away the hype of the original song, and sometimes people just say, you know what, the original sucks ass, I like the remix a lot better, and then you get remix plays, but then you lose some original plays of that song in a sense. But either way, man, I didn't hate that song. It's just I wouldn't listen to that over and over again, or I wouldn't listen to it much. If somebody plays it on, I'm absolutely fine with it though. but again, original was my favorite by far. But I would still honestly give that a green. I would still put that on my playlist, but I wouldn't listen to it as much in a sense. So grading wise, I would still give that a green. I would still put that on my playlist. So comment down below how you guys felt about the song, and also comment down below what else you guys like me to react to. Now that was an interesting remix, but if you want to check out some more music by Roddy Ricch, then I suggest you watch this video right over here.